What's up, everyone? Here we are again, bringing it to the table. Number five, I think it is. Um, I think this episode will be a little shorter than the last few. Got not don't have too much to talk about, but I definitely want to cover a specific topic today. So yeah, let's just get right into it and let's get the mix going. Lately, I've been trying to find, I guess, more of. I guess what you would say more my crowd, my people, and it's not too easy for me. Very introverted, so I don't really like being out in big crowds and stuff like that. I become very reserved when I'm in big groups of people and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard for me to like just go out and mingle with everybody. It's just not my style. I'm very introverted. So it's very hard to find, your type of people and or my type of people that I consider myself like my crew or my people, you know what I'm saying? So it's not too easy to find for me at least. And I was very fortunate just recently, maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I was taking my girlfriend to work and just not too far from her job is a gym that I used to go to, just a regular fitness gym, no Muay Thai gym or nothing like that. Um, but I remember I used to go there, and I totally forgot that that gym had a whole selection of kettlebells from what is it, probably 2 kg all the way up to like 50 kg maybe or something like that. And they have them in pairs and everything, so it's really cool. Um, and I totally forgot about it, and I remembered, went back, and ended up finding that it's under new ownership now. The gym is pretty much the same. They switched out some old equipment and switched out all the old kettlebells and bought nothing but brand new kettlebells. So that's so fun because that's my thing. If you follow me on my Instagram, my stories is just tons of kettlebell workouts. So it was cool just to go there, and drop my girlfriend off at work and then shoot over to that gym and get a workout in. But when I showed up, I met the owner, the new owner. His name is Mike, Mr. Mike from New Zealand. He's a really cool guy, retired fella. Moved out here not too long ago and started running that gym, which is really cool. And the moment I met him, I wouldn't say the moment I met him, but once we sat down and started talking, I immediately felt like, all right, this is my people, this is my squad. Because the way he started talking, and he didn't have any like, he wasn't he wasn't trying to pitch anything, wasn't trying to sell anything. He was just like, hey, welcome to the gym, glad you found it, this and that and the third. And he was just a very positive, very, easygoing type of fella. And I was like, man, his energy was so different from most of the people that you run into here in Phuket. Like I said, he wasn't like money hungry, not greedy to get you to buy this or pay for that or pay extra for this. He was just a really cool, honest guy, and I appreciated that. And he made me feel very welcomed. And the energy in the gym is everybody's very positive. Everybody's hello, nice to meet you. It's not this real edgy fucking don't talk to me type guy. Like really snobby people. It was nothing like that. So it was really cool to meet him. And he just, it was just so easy to talk with him. And we sat and we talked for like a good 15-20 minutes or something like that before I even got to get my workout in. And which was really cool because I got to speak with him a little bit, um, just about understanding everything, life and whatnot, and had a little talk. And after we spoke, I got my workout on for a while, and I just knew in my head, I knew that I needed to get some knowledge from this guy. Like, I knew he had some pieces that I could use in my puzzle. Just by talking to him, I'm like, he has world knowledge. Like, I need to get a piece of his knowledge. I need to learn some stuff from him. And what I could think of at the time. While I was working out, I saw a guy working out with his wife, and they were doing these certain workouts, leg stretches and side to sides, lateral stretching on the hamstrings. And I was realizing that the guy was leaning way too forward, which means his lower back is very tight. And I didn't know how to approach him without being douchey, because nobody likes the guy that's just going around the gym correcting people. Oh, let me show you how to do it correctly, and let me show you how to do it right, and my way of thinking is, let me can I help you so you can do it correctly and get more benefit out of it, rather than doing this the wrong way, end up hurting yourself, then not coming to the gym for a while and maybe not even coming back at all, just because you're like, fuck man, every time I go to the gym and I try this bullshit, I end up getting hurt, or my back just gets worse and everything like that. So I really like to just try to go out and reach out to people and like kind of like, can I help you? But I know it's not easy for me because, like I said, I'm not very extroverted. So I really stay like in my head, and I really really don't make any moves to attempt to help the person, And I think I thought to myself, this is a great thing to ask Mr. Mike, because when I met him, he was immediately straightforward, really got to a topic, really got my attention, and people, I was ready to listen to him almost immediately. So I had asked him, I go, hey, Mr. Mike, um, if I can ask you a question, like, how do I approach somebody when I see somebody like that needs help in the gym? How do I approach them without, make making me look like a douchebag or an asshole, or just some guy like, oh, you're not doing it right. Let me show you how to do it. So I brought that question to him, and he was completely honest. He was like, well, first and foremost, I'm not a personal trainer, so I don't really work on helping people, approaching people, and tell them, oh, you should try it this way, or you should try that way. But he told me though, he follows like this type of program called the MPL, which is neuro something learning, I think it is. I looked into it a little bit, but the MPL system that he was referring to, it's basically like kind of understanding how to talk to people, and people who are visual learners, physical learners, and you know audio learners. So he said that's a big thing when you're approaching somebody, is knowing who you're approaching, and the best thing to do is just like start a conversation. Don't even directly get into it. He was saying, it's like, don't even just, hey, how you doing? I see you're doing a workout. Awesome. Like, how long have you been working out? Really just kind of, get to know the person a little bit, right? And he said something to me that really stuck out with me, because I take things very personal a lot of the time. And what he told me too, he's like, don't be worried about the rejection, because they're not rejecting you, Steve, the person. They're just rejecting the approach that's that they're getting, and that's what's triggering people to be turned off and whatever and whatnot. And I was like, wow, that was very informative for me, because like I said, I take things very personal a lot of the time, and like all I'm thinking is like, this person's just not feeling me or whatever, like I suck, or I fucking, there I go, I blew it again, you know what I mean? And it's very hard for me, like I said, because I keep to myself, and there's so many things going on in my head, like that I can do to help somebody who's in, that you can see, obviously see, like this person needs a little bit of fine tuning or whatever. And again, like I said, it's not just to for me being like a know-it-all, or I'm the king around here. I walk. No, it's like I just want people to do better. It's like for your own health, for your own good. Like I said, I know what it feels like to have that back pain. I know what it feels like to pull that muscle. I know what it feels like to to not see any progress from working out. And all I want to do is just make sure that people are doing it correctly, properly, so they can say, "Oh shit, I don't have that back pain no more. Oh shit, like I'm getting stronger. Oh shit, like my back is getting wider. Oh shit, my fucking endurance is going higher. Like that's what I want people to see. That's what makes me happy, genuinely, you know? So when he told me that, it's not you that they're denying or refusing, it's the approach that you take, and learning how to talk with the person that's in front of you, knowing who you're dealing with, not who exactly, but is this person a kinesthetic learner, a visual learner, or an audio learner, you know? And the way you can find these things out is by first and foremost introducing yourselves, talking to them and say, oh, how'd you get into this? What do you like? And picking up on things like that. And that was a big, I mean, it might be minor to most of you people, but like that was very big information for me to take in, because like I said, okay, it's not a personal thing. It's not a personal thing as much as I always had it to be like that. It's like it's not personal, and I always have an issue where people get the wrong idea, you know, like say if I go to like, yo, dog, let me help you out with that kettlebell workout real quick. It's like, fuck, bro, you don't need to fucking show me Mr. Know It All, Mr. Kettlebell guy over here. Fucking chill out, That's the vibe that you'll get from a guy. And then if I go to help a girl, like, oh, can I show you like proper form on how to really do that, that exercise correctly? It's like, oh, he's trying to hit on me. Oh, he's trying to, he's got some hidden agenda. He's trying to, get at me. And it's like, it's not my focus at all when I'm in the gym. Like, you could be the most attractive woman in the world to me, but if you're in the gym and I see you, struggling with something, like, I just really want to help you. It's not the fact that, like, my brain turns off like that. Like, my attraction and stuff like that. Like, I'm just going to talk to you like a normal human being, but I understand that they think, oh, this guy's just trying to hit on me or whatever. Or for the guys, like, oh, this guy's just Mr. Know It All, Mr. Douchebag, trying to fucking show me how it's done, one up me and this and that. And it's like, no, not at all for me. Like I said, when I'm in the gym, like, it's my temple. And when I see people, doing exercises or doing things improperly, like, all I really want to do is just genuinely help them. I just want to help you, and I guess it's I guess it's very rare to see nowadays, I guess, because everybody has some type of hidden agenda, or people want to, like, oh, yeah, let me show you how to do that. And by the way, I'm a personal trainer. And then, like, if you can work with me, you pay for like maybe a month to train with me. I promise I'll have you feeling like, and it's like it's salesman pitch shit, and that's not me, And so when Mr. Mike was explaining all this to me, I was just like, wow, okay, that's very informative. And it's it was very refreshing, I guess you would say, because now I understand. Like, it's I always, like I said, I always took it personal. So I was like, what is it? The way that I look? Is it the way that I fucking carry myself? What is it? Because like I just genuinely want to be kind and help people out where they feel like they need help. And like I said, I'm not I'm not trying to be that asshole just walking around the gym the whole time like, oh, no, no, you're not doing that right. Like, oh, try that exercise too. You're not doing it correctly either, bro. Like, just, I'll help you out with one thing and let you do your thing. You know what I mean? And then if you feel like you want have more questions, feel free to ask. And that's how I would like to go about things in the gym. But yeah. So once he explained that to me, I just felt like, wow, okay, good. Have a different approach, and I totally get it now. And a big thing was, um, it happened to me kind of today. I went back to that gym, which is really cool because, like I said, this gym, Kamala Gym, it's not too far from my girlfriend's work. So I get her to work. I could shoot over there, train. They have like a little ice bathtub. They have showers. They have a swimming pool. They have sleds to push on the astroturf. They got a bunch of racks of weights. They got a big CrossFit jungle gym um, area. Tons of mirror, tons of barbells, um, everything like that. So that was really really cool to have that gym, and what was I getting at? Oh, today, actually today came in was a older couple, and they arrived from Abu Dhabi. uh the guy, the husband, he's from the States. I don't know where exactly. I think he said East Coast somewhere. And his wife or girlfriend is Colombian. I didn't really get into depth on how they met, but they showed up today, and I kind of like heard them speaking English, and I was like, oh, um, it'd be cool to just talk to somebody. And a big thing with me is like the rejection, and it's not even just like rejection of people saying no. It's just like there goes another person that just doesn't want to, don't want to hear it from me, and with that MPL program or system thing that Mr. Mike was referring to, uh, I learned to just what it explains. I'm sorry, what the MPL thing explains is kind of like if you're thinking negative, like, oh, I hope I don't fail. Oh, I hope I don't fail. I hope I don't fail. A lot of the times, that's what you're going to get because your mind's so focused on that failing part, So you kind of manifest it yourself. But if you have like a world of confidence and just like, I'm not going to take no for an answer, I'm not going to take no for an answer, someone tells you no, you still continuously, not continuously push until they say yes, but you don't take it so harshly because your mindset is already about the positivity, So I think a lot of people notice, before I get into that couple that I'm talking about, a lot of people notice from me, or they pick up from me, is like my uncertainty when I'm going to approach them. Because in the back of my head, I'm like, fuck, this person's probably going to shoot me down. They're not going to believe me. You know, they're going to just, blow me off or whatever, ignore me and everything. So they can feel that from me, as I'm approaching. So like the whole uncertainty, and it's not as of confidence, and it feels like as if someone is trying. Um, and when you're trying too much, nothing comes out naturally, So I kind of tried to switch that up today when I met this guy and his wife. um I just really like, I kind of took that system, that MPL system, and spoke with this guy, and his name was Tony, his name is. And yeah, it was really cool because I just asked him. He was doing pull-ups on the rings, on like the gymnast rings, he was doing pull-ups on those. And I wanted to speak with him. I just didn't. I don't want to just like, hey, where you from, and I'm like, so what I did to break the ice was just like, hey, when you were using those rings to do the pull-ups, was one side longer than the other? Because that's how I had a problem with that, with one of the rings. Like one of them seemed to be like taller, longer than the other one, and like you try to adjust them, and then one just isn't right. So I left it alone, and then I seen him do it. So I asked him. I was like, hey, did you feel any difference, like how one side is longer than the other? And he's like, no, not really. He's like, and then he grabbed him again. He's like, you know what? Yeah, actually, yeah, this side seems a bit shorter than this side. And I was like, okay, cool, because like I had that issue myself, and that's why like I wasn't doing those pull-ups. And sure as shit, like that's kind of how what started it off. And speaking with him, how he been in Abu Dhabi working for a few years with his wife, and how he was saying it's completely safe over there, and he really enjoys, working and living there. Um, he's is very very similar like me. He's just like, he's kind of like fed up with everything back home in the States, and he's just done his best to try to live, out of the States for as long as he possibly can. And then yeah, we just got into the talking, and just explaining myself a little bit. I used to fight, why I'm still here in Thailand, this and that. And it was really great because it was something that like I've never done before, really. Like I'm not a good icebreaker. We could sit at a table and start talking one on one, but out in public and around, and like it's frightening for me. I don't know why. I don't know why it is, but that's just the way it is for me. And yeah, so we got to talking. We got to, say that he was gonna be here for till December and whatnot. So I got down his information. He got down mine, and hopefully we can, meet each other again, him and his wife, and just have some more chats because again, they're like an older couple, older than me. I don't want to say they're too old, maybe mid 40s, older 40s, early 50s, maybe. I don't know. Um, but I feel like my age group, my crowd, they're still in the bars, they're still at the strip clubs, they're still like trying to fucking party, trying to like I don't do that anymore, Like I'm very into being disciplined. So and having a routine. So when I met this couple and everything, it was like, wow, it's really cool. It seemed more like my people, my crowd. And that's where I want to go. I want to start being places where I'm celebrated and not tolerated. And because, I mean, pretty much all my life, I've only been places where I've only been tolerated. I have my group of people, very few people that really celebrate me, and their energy really makes me feel good when I'm around them. And it's very very few people. Um, so it was really refreshing for me to experience that again. And it was all thanks to Mr. Mike, the owner, just for me and letting him being so, I don't want to sound fucking lame about it, but like so like it was comforting being in Mr. Mike's presence. You know what I mean? Like I really felt like very comfortable around this guy who's like I could when I met him for the first 3 minutes, I felt like, oh, this is a guy that I can ask any question right now and he'll be willing to just talk about it. Like you could throw the deepest question at him after just meeting him for 3 minutes, and he will digest the question and come up with something, as opposed to like someone saying like, bro, that's a bit too deep for me to be talking about. Like, I don't need to be talking about shit. Like, Mr. Mike was not like that. And so it was all thanks to him. And it's just really cool because I have this, like I said, I have this problem of being uh I guess afraid of just attempting how to talk to people, or in public. Because like I said, a lot of times when I do try, from my past experience, it always comes out negative, and nothing good comes out of it. Like, I was like, oh, there she goes. She thought I was trying to hit on her. Like, oh, that guy thought I was just trying to be an asshole. Or it's just it always gets taken out of context, I guess you would say. But yeah, having Mr. Mike there, and the environment that he created there, it's like a great energy, and I really like it. Like, finally found my crowd. I wouldn't even say my crowd, but like I found where I can be me. And and it sounds so corny, like at the gym you could just be you at the gym, Steve. Like, what the fuck? It's like when you go to a standard gym, a traditional gym, like a 24-hour fitness, Planet Fitness or Jets gyms or whatever, uh, everybody's in there for all specific different reasons, right? And you just see people tuned out in their own world, and it's not a like, oh, hey, what's up, I've seen you here before, how's it going? And it's like you just like, oh, in your head you're like, yeah, I've seen this guy here before. Like, don't ever say hello, just ignore them and do your own thing. For me, it's like, man, if we're seeing each other constantly all the time in the gym, it's like, hey, what's up, man, you're back again, but yeah, crushing it. And that's the environment that Mr. Mike has created at this gym. So that was very welcoming for me, and that's something that, like, that's why I said I needed to take a piece of information from him. I needed some knowledge from him because of what he created there. And not many people are there. There's maybe two or three people when I'm there every time, and it's more of an older crowd, so I might just be thinking that I'm just like an old soul now. But I'm getting up there in age anyway, so I'm really, how to say, excited to be in this type of environment of groups of people who are trying to just better themselves. Tired of the done with the drinking and the partying and the fucking, you know, all the accolades and everything that come along with it. You know, right now it's like a time of, getting everything in check, disciplining yourself, checking your diet, making sure that you're healthy, because now we're gonna start going getting to the years where, instead of like, all right, you're growing, you're living. Now you're at an age now where, like, okay, you're gonna start dying soon. you know, you're gonna start dying. So you better take care of yourself so you can last as long as possible, because you want to enjoy your life. And that environment that he had created there was just absolutely amazing for me, and I really appreciated it. So it's something I appreciate it so much that I had to speak about it with you guys. So, and it has everything too, everything that I think that I need in the gym. So even like a Muay Thai bag, which allowed me to get my workouts in on the bag, and it's been over what, maybe 6, almost 7 months, maybe, since I punched and kicked something. And to have that gym there along with those kettlebells, I was like in heaven. So that was really very, very fun for me. Um, but yeah, it's just something so minor. It might be so minor for a lot of you people out there, but for me, it was a big thing, big eye opener for me. And I really, I really commend Mr. Mike for actually taking his time and explaining to me, and having those moments with me, and really talking, and getting into. We didn't get into like real deep talk, but he could kind of sense, and I could tell that he could kind of pick up, like, I know what you want, bro. You want to sit down and sit at the table and have like a really deep, in-depth talk, just with whatever's on your mind. And like, that's exactly what I want. And I could tell that he knows that I want that, you know. And he even offered, he's like, in November, I think he said that he's trying to have like a men's group, you know, somewhere nearby as well, like have men's group meetings, and where we can do shit like this and really sit and talk, and no judgments, and really let off whatever, off your chest. And I was like, bro, I'm so down for that. It's like, I told him, I was like, as you can tell, I love to just like take it off my chest. And he's like, that's good, that's good. um yeah, and that's what really kind of twist gave me a little turnaround, a little bit more inspiration, because I was getting a bit stagnant, was feeling just a bit dull. And it's hence why, like, I was searched around for different gyms, and I had remembered, oh yeah, that gym, let's go back there, you know. And lo and behold, I ran into something more than I expected, and it was great. It was really great. And yeah, just probably what, my third, fourth day back already in a row. So I love that environment, being where you're celebrated and not tolerated, and just being around your vibe, your people, motivating people. Like I said, no, nothing is like, oh, he's not doing it right. Like, I'm better than him, or I got more muscles than that guy. That guy's fucking, you know, none of that is in there in that gym. Everybody's helping each other. Everybody's kind to each other. Everybody's respectful to each other. Like, that's the environment I want to be in, to where I could sit and talk with people, and we could just keep it real. I even met another fella from Austria there, older fella as well. He has a diving business. I didn't catch his name. I totally forgot his name. Um, but he has his own diving business, and we sat and we talked, and it was all over kettlebells, and it was just all being just like, man, this is what makes me feel good. This makes me feel very good, as opposed to going to those, standard gyms where everybody's doing their thing, and you're like, there's so many people in this gym, and you're not able to talk to anybody because everybody's just trying to tune each other out. And which is like, fuck that. Like, I don't like that feeling. Like, even if I am a stranger, or someone is a stranger, I'm not gonna just ignore them and be like, I don't know. No, we're at the gym together. We're both, both here at this same time, and we're trying to better ourselves. So why not talk, and why not like introduce yourself, and why not just, say, see if you can even offer anything, any help, or just take away anything. Like what I said, when I met Mr. Mike, the owner, it's like, uh, all I was thinking was like, okay, this is the owner of the gym, new owner, cool, sick, kept it the same, different kettlebells. Cool. Let me sign up. Let me get out and let me get in my workout. But when we sat and we started talking, I was like, wow, you're not you're not just pushing your business onto me. You're a really genuine person, like really took time to register my questions and really respond with a educated answer, and I was like, yes, yes. And none of it was about like money. None of it was about like fucking having the best of the best businesses. And he's just like, you know what, man, I've gone through it all. And I remember he mentioned that he'd gone through a divorce. So he's experienced a lot in life. You can already tell. And he's just at a point now where he's doing a great thing with just this gym itself and his approach. Like I said, like a lot of people who start businesses here in Phuket, especially foreigners, it's just a greedy type of thing. Like, let me just build this big fucking Muay Thai gym and pay all these super trainers to come be here and I can make all the money. That's the number one topic, is just like how I'm going to make all the money here. And he's just like, you know what, I got my space, I did what I'm doing, and this is what I'm creating. And I totally respect him for that. And yeah, so that was a big positive for me. And I just can't wait to keep going back. Like I've already gone there today, but like I get this little urge. Like I just want to be there. Just want to be there. Like not necessarily just working out the whole day, but like just being there, hanging out, meeting everybody that comes in, and just like introducing myself. Hey, I'm Steve. Like nice to meet you. This and that. Like just talking with people. You know what I mean? And talking with your kind of people. Your kind. Like the couple that I met today, Mr. Tony and his wife, just really genuine. Like he was talking to me like his daughter's back in Florida or going to school, and I was like, whoa, I hope she's okay with the floods and everything. He goes, oh yeah, she's out of Tampa, she's in Orlando, and this, that, and the third. And I was like, okay, great. Like this is like the type of communicating I like, as opposed to like I meet somebody my age and they're very reserved. They're very don't want to open up anything, and a lot of times I think it's because they are here in Phuket, Thailand, and these foreigners, and especially dudes my age, from other countries, they're not here for uh to broaden their horizon or looking for eye opening, spiritual eye openers and stuff. They're here to fucking be weird. You know what I mean? They're here to fucking get drunk, probably pull some lady boys, and they're all afraid to do it, in front of other people. So they get very quiet. They're like, oh, you're from America. I could tell by your accent. And one guy was like, yeah, yeah, I'm from America. I was like, cool. What part? What part of America? He's like, oh, sorry, man, I gotta go. And he immediately just took off. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I go, oh, he's probably just doing some fucking weirdo shit. And he doesn't want his face to be known by people. So a lot of people, a lot of guys my age that, don't come here for the reasons why I come here or why I'm here. Like I said, I love this country. I love its culture. I love its people. People. A lot of the times, people are like, "Oh, I like Thailand because I could do what I want. I can just fucking get in trouble. I just pay for this. I could do what I want. I ride motorbikes, no helmet. I don't give a shit. You go out drinking, pick up a hooker, put on my motorbike, and go back to my place. Like that's what they do here. And that ain't me. That's just definitely not me. And so like I said, it's not easy finding my crowd and finding my people. But I'm starting to notice, because I am getting old, but like the older people in in society tend to be more my crowd because they're much more understanding. They understand now. And even Mr. Mike said it's great that he told me, he goes, it's great that you understand this about yourself at such a young age, because people go on their whole lives not understanding this, and they just keep working, themselves into the ground and not finding their real happiness and their real purpose. And I told him, I was like, yeah, it's absolutely like I've tried working so many jobs before, and I realized like I'm not worried. Like I want to work towards my purpose and not work towards a profession or a career. my purpose is what really, really matters to me. And that's what makes me happy at the end of the day. Because like I've had jobs where I've made some money, and like as quick, as much as money as you make, it's gonna go quick. It evaporates, and that's what people. I think people tend to not notice that. Like when the paycheck comes, they feel like they're on top of the world, right? But when the bills are paid and the wallet is back down to zero, you're not happy anymore. You know, so it's only one thing that's making you happy, and it's not yourself. You need to have something to make you happy, and I've worked on it and understood myself a lot to where like my purpose makes me happy. Going and doing and having these conversations with people, that's what makes me happy. That's what really fucking makes me. I don't I don't want to do anything else besides help people and work with wellness and fitness, and really talking things out and helping people get along in their journey in life, rather it be spiritual, physical, or anything like that. Just helping people get through the hard times. And that seems to be a big thing for me, because I've helped myself come out of these holes, you know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of people um, could use somebody that will be there for them, and not just be there for them, but to understand them, relate to them. And that was really awesome. Um, I got down their information, Mr. Tony and his missus, and yeah, they'll be here till December, and I'm hoping to hear from them. And one day we can just go out and have a talk, meet with, have my girlfriend meet his missus, and just the whole couple outing thing, and that's really cool for me. Um, but yeah, that overall the MPL system that Mr. Mike, suggested for me to look into, and learning to not just take it personal, not to know that they're not refusing Steve the person, they're just refusing the approach, you know. And in me, that's on me to work on those things, on learning how to like, not necessarily small talk people, but like understand them. That way I have a better idea of how to approach the next step, so yeah, that was very big for me, like I said. um but yeah, it's right now it's the finale of Vegetarian Festival here. So there's going to be a big parade tonight, and I'll be out there checking it out, and hopefully I could run into some good vibes and good people tonight. I'm supposed to meet somebody there, a fellow that I met out here a while ago, in the cannabis industry, but nothing about cannabis or anything. He's just hit me up. I seen him post something about wanting to go, and I told him, yeah, man, it's a great thing to see. You should check it out. And he's like, yeah, well, you should meet up with me there, this and that. So I'm gonna go and do that. Hopefully, have a great time. But yeah, for the next episode, I promise, I'll bring some better content with you guys. I just had this one thing that I really wanted to get out and put out there in the ether for you guys. But yeah, I'm back to hitting those bags and punching and kicking, and really kind of sparked a little fire inside of me. And not stepping in the ring anytime soon at all, that's for sure. But like, it definitely felt good to put the gloves back on and really punch and kick the shit out of this bag, and it really gave me I guess like a reset feeling, like feels good to like really do this all over again, so who knows where that's gonna end up. um but yeah, in the meantime, until next week, you guys, like I said, I'll have better content for you. I'll have better stories, I'll have more stories. And yeah, thank you guys for following so far. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, until next time, you guys, take care. Waddy cap, praise God, man. See you. Peace.